What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This week it's a golf video. Last week was the Z video. This week we're going over the golf, and as you can see, since the last time you've seen it, it's got some changes going on with it. We're gonna go overview with everything that we've done to the car in the past few months, just to get it into a very nice OEM plus stock point of view. Again, this car has 200,000 miles on it, so it had some work that needed to be done, but we're gonna go over everything that I've done in the past few months to get this car back to almost stock, plus a little bit extra, as you can see. And then we'll go over the plans for the future. So let's get into the intro and then we'll get into the heart of the video. So this is my 2007 Mk5 GTI. We traded the Saab for this a little bit ago, and as you can see, it's starting to look more like a coherent Golf. When we got it, here's a picture, it had some things missing. Now in the last video when I kind of announced it, I did go over how we restored the front end of the vehicle a little bit to get the OEM grill badge and all that, those sorts of things sorted and back on the car. But since then, we've also gotten some new wheels for the car. Last time you saw it, it had Mk5 GTI wheels on it, and now we are on some Audi S5 rotors with floating center caps. These are probably my favorite part about the whole wheel package. Pretty dope. They auto level. That's pretty sick. I'm gonna set the camera up and then we'll go over in more depth about what the things we've done to it, besides just some of the appearance. So let's start off in the engine bay. As you guys know, the last video was titled Buying the Cheapest Mk5 GTI off Marketplace, even though we traded it. And there's reason for that. When I got this car, a lot of things were incorrectly done. I mean, some of them were done right, some of them were done poorly. But since then, we've done a high pressure fuel pump cam follower. We've done an entire cooling system refresh, oil filter housing, and oil cooler got a complete refresh as they were leaking oil heavily. I can now confirm to you that the car does not leak any oil, which is impressive for a Volkswagen, I know. However, we did do ECS silicone lines throughout the motor. Some of them are hidden under here. For coolant, new housing, updated caps for the reservoirs, and overall, it kind of just gave the cooling system a complete refresh, along with some of the leaky parts of the motor. The head, doing good, haven't done anything there yet. We're gonna do coils and plugs, basic maintenance stuff soon as it's needed, and we just rolled 200,000, so pretty cool for that. Headlights still have a bit of an issue. They are not super secure. They are zip tied in the back as one of the mounts have broken, as this car was hit by a tire on the highway before I got it. So that's interesting, little something about the car. But overall, motor is healthy. Although I didn't film any of it, it was more of a time-consuming thing. This is the daily. The Z is no longer daily. That is now a focused driving fun car. So that when that breaks, I don't have to worry about it. We can park it and work on it. This, however, I do have to drive every day. So that job was done off camera purely because, well, time constraint. I really wanted to get it done and I needed to drive the car more. So that was done off camera, but it was done well and it went pretty smoothly. Found out that my oil cooler only had 3 of 4 bolts in it, which definitely contributed to the leak that was happening. But I was glad that we replaced everything, just got it all sorted while we were in there. Hard job, we didn't do the front clip taking it off, we just did it in there against the fans. Very hard, don't recommend it. If you do that job, just take the whole front end apart, it's probably way easier. Especially since I was doing cooling, fixing solution stuff, I could have just made my life easier and taken the front bumper off. Since the last time this car was seen, we now have, I would say clear, but they're not actually clear side markers. They're clear when they're off, which is awesome, but I'll turn them on real quick and show you. When you turn them on, they glow a nice bright orange. And as you can see, it looks very good, very sexy. It also just modernizes the lighting of the car because it's all LED now. I do still need to do LEDs in the headlights, but that's for another time. And then another lighting modification, again, this is all aesthetic and not really super important, is the turn signals on the mirrors. Not that there was anything wrong with mine, but they were clear. I didn't really like how it looks. And now we have sequential black to match the housing turn signals on the mirror. And they're LED, they look dope. They look really good. They work with all the functions of the car, which is awesome. So that's always good. Let's talk some exciting stuff. Wheels, obviously those have been changed, like I said. S5 rotors, they look dope, and I really am happy with how these looked. I've always envisioned having a Mk5 on these wheels. It's not anything crazy, they're not BBSs, they're not like Advans, they don't look insane, but for an OEM plus type deal, which is what I really want to go for with this car, they turned out amazing. I really like these, they're brand new basically, and we got some nice sticky tires on there. Not super sticky, but they're good enough. They're not track tires by any means, but they're really good. We also refreshed the entire rear suspension. Now the front We did some small things like tie rod ends, and a few bushings. Still need to do control arms in the front. But in the rear, if we go under here, we have completely new OEM arms on both sides. All nice and pretty, new bushings and everything. We realigned the vehicle so it drives nice and straight now. But that was one of the biggest issues, is that the trailer arm bushings on both sides had been completely obliterated. On braking, you could feel the rear wheel kind of junt forward because the entire assembly was loose, basically. So rear suspension's all done. That's dope. Coilovers are definitely next. As you can see, the wheel gap is absurd, and it's not looking like this thing, which looks good, nice and lowered. So yeah, that's definitely going to be the next solution here, is to fix this huge gap that we got going on, and maybe that dent. There's a lot of dents, but I'm not too worried about that. Also did add the rear lip or front lip back to the car. I know I showed this in the last video, but something to mention, it was not there. It was gone. So we got that back on there, and finally it has all of its plastic cladding all the way around. And that leads me to one of the most recent, and probably the last thing I did on the car, exhaust, which you can't see, but it is there. It previously did not have anything back here. It had a rear muffler delete, basically. They left the first stage of the muffler, basically right there, that guy, and then just did a turn down from there, which was not good. Didn't sound any louder, and it just put exhaust fumes under the car and into the cabin. So, when sourced a all OEM exhaust system here, tips still need to be cleaned, and I'd like to polish those, but it doesn't sound too loud, and it looks good. I do plan on doing a resonator delete to get a little bit of the grumble back, but also still have a muffler on there so it does not too raspy, and it doesn't sound like every other 2-liter turbo that's straight piped, because that doesn't sound good. We all know that doesn't sound good. Same thing with these. Don't straight pipe these. They sound like shit. But we're leaving the cat on there, so that's good. Now, interior wise, as you guys know, Mk5 GTI suffer from some weird, well, not weird, but normal Volkswagen issues. The headliner is not sagging in this car, and I'm sure it's been remedied in the past, but that's dope to see that that's not going. However, this is happening, and it's getting a lot worse. I still need to figure out what I'm going to do. I'd like to do Alcantara replacements, but I have seen this job been done, and it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but we'll address that soon. I did wire up this boost gauge that came with the car. It was already pre-wired, but it would spike and hold at like max boost. Basically, what I figured out, there was a leak in the actual vacuum lines running to the digital converter, basically in the bay. So we fixed that. This works great now. Looks nice. Sits in where the OEM vent is, and it doesn't bother me because we still have the 2 center vents that blow good air. Besides that, interior is still what it is. Nothing crazy. Haven't done anything super insane to this yet. Eventually we will, and make it look nice and pretty, because this seat definitely needs to get replaced. What catches you up with the Mk5 GTI since the last time you saw it? Nothing crazy. It's running really well for 200,000 miles. Hasn't blown up on me yet, knock on wood. It is a Volkswagen. We never know if that timing belt's gonna go or not, but that's definitely gonna be the next maintenance job. Plugs, coils, timing belt, and water pump for sure need to get done on this thing, because I have records of it being done, but we're getting close to the interval in time that it needs to be done again. So, overall, Golf is doing good. I know it's not anything crazy, but I wanted to give you guys a good update on the vehicle and show you what's going on with it, because the next plans are to make it look even better than it is now by lowering it, giving it a good stance, and then just doing some fun, more aesthetic mods. If you guys want to see more content like this, check out the rest of the channel. We do a lot of Z stuff too. That's our bread and butter, but this is something fun, a little side quest that I figured I'd film because some of you guys out there enjoy Volkswagens like I do. I don't know why I do, but they're cool-ish, kind of, when they work. So that's the Mk5 GTI that we got for pretty cheap, making it look nice. And yeah, I'm very happy with it. Just a quick update. Like I said, nothing crazy. The next step's gonna be more handling, maybe some more power in the future, and just some more fun stuff. But like I said, if you want to see any more videos, check out the channel below. We got a cool list of stuff. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. There's been a lot of new subscribers to the channel recently. I really appreciate all of you guys. We're very close to 1,000, which is dope. So thank you for all the love recently on the last video. And that's it. I'm gonna stop yapping. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night. Peace.